Hi, want to make a water and ice cake with me? Let's go. So let's start with the ice part. I have water, I've got my corn syrup, I've got all my ingredients. So let's go. So it's sugar, it's corn syrup, and water. That's what makes the candy. I'm going to add in some blue food coloring so that it can look like ice. And as you can see, my corn syrup wasn't clear regular corn syrup. It was Kroger's pancake syrup. That's mostly corn syrup. So I'm just showing you can do this with basically anything that's in your kitchen and it will still work. You do have to have a thermometer though. So if your candy gets above 300 degrees, then it's candy. If it gets above 307 to 8 degrees, then it's caramel. So I had to take it off right at about 305, 306 degrees so that it can become candy without caramelizing and turning into a darker brown. I wanted to keep that really bright, icy blue. And it worked. 5 minutes later, here is the end result. Isn't that so cool? It was so easy to make this candy. You have no idea how intimidated I've been about making my own candy, and now I have so many ideas. I really just can't wait to get started on so many of them. I'm thinking cough drops. I'm thinking so many ideas. So anyways, like what about a haunted house with the little windows? Oh my God, a gingerbread house with the little windows. I can go on and on about this candy thing. I'm so excited. So you see I have a red velvet cake here, and I filled it with the cream cheese frosting in the filling, and then I just gave it a buttercream border to keep it structured and secure inside. Cream cheese frosting is delicious and so creamy, but it will squeeze out between the layers. So I wanted to give it just a little extra insurance, And here I am working on the crumb coat, and as you can see, I'm really smoothing out the crumb coat. It makes it so much easier when I'm putting on the final coat. And so here is the final coat. And as you can see, I'm also not doing a whole lot of frosting. I'm doing maybe a ½ inch to a ¼ inch of frosting, buttercream frosting around the cake, because nobody really likes too much frosting on their cake, and I like to keep thought of that. So as you can see, I did some little waves on the edges of the cake just to give it a little bit more dimension. And here I'm going to work on the next color. So I'm just making this blue a little bit darker, and I'm trying to match it to the dragon. Once the dragon was found, the entire inspiration for the cake just flowed through me. It was really just found the dragon. He's blue. We're doing a water and ice cake. He's going to have an ice cave or some kind of a mountain, and where there's going to be drips. And like I had all these ideas. I all of a sudden had to learn how to make the candy, and it was so great. It was so much fun to work on this cake and to have just, artistic freedom and liberties to figure out whatever I wanted to do on this cake. So as you can see, I have some cake crumb here. I was leveling my red velvet cake layers and making them perfect and neat, and I had all of this extra crumb, and I decided, you know what, I can make a little mountain for my dragon with this. So I just mixed the crumbs with some of that cream cheese frosting, and it was able to be moldable, and so I molded it into this shape, and then I just chilled it in the fridge. Now I'm able to frost it, and I'm making kind of like a snowy mountain backdrop for the dragon. I wanted it to have just some extra dimension other than just the candy shards. So this kind of just came out of nowhere, this idea, and it worked out really well. It gave him a little backdrop. Every dragon has a cave that's in a mountain, and and he looks like he's guarding it. It was just so fun to do. And here's the fun part. I got to put the candy all over the cake that I just made. And then I'm just going to do a little border around the edges. And I'm going to smush it up with a tiny spatula, because my inspiration was every cave has stalactites and stalagmites on the inside, and they're so cool, and they're pointy, and some of them are crystallized. And I just wanted to make it look really special. So that's what I did with the border. And then, of course, whenever you think ice, you think sparkly, or at least I do. And so I got this edible glitter from a company called Cake Luxe. And I took my Wilton Food Safe brush, and I just brushed it basically all over the cake, as you can see. I did not hold back. I had so much fun. I couldn't help myself. Anyways, this is how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.